Yep, you see the lawnmower. Spring is the time to get your yard in order, but if you do decide to hire help this year, then you're going to want to make sure you do your homework. We got the homework for you. We got Sean Rose. He's done the homework for you, at least, with the Better Business Bureau. Okay, so it is officially spring. It's a little chilly outside, but, you know, that does kind of get the mind churning that you're going to have to work on that lawn. So can you help us out finding a way to find the best lawn care out there?
Absolutely. You know, one of the best things to do is when you're kind of sitting there debating about what am I going to do and, you know, who am I going to hire, go outside, look at your lawn and say, you know, are there landscaping changes that need to be made? Do I need to have drainage issues from all this rain and flooding we had last year that need to be addressed? Are there different things that I need, or is it just, you know, basic kind of mowing, edging, all that kind of good stuff?
So do they typically charge by, like, do you do it by the mow, by the week? Like, how does that work whenever you hire somebody?
I mean, different companies kind of go different ways, so that's definitely a question you want to ask them. You want to ask them, you know, what's the billing cycle set up? You know, some companies you'll just sign a contract and it will renew by season, so you want to ask about that. And you also want to ask, you know, what happens if it rains? If it rains, am I going to get billed for it? If you're paying, you know, every other week, or how does that kind of work?
Hopefully not. You wouldn't think so, but I guess you don't know yet.
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, right, exactly. So whenever you're hiring these lawn care services, is it usually the employee that's doing it, or do they subcontract out?
There's some instances where people might subcontract out. You definitely want to ask and kind of just see. But I think, you know, here for the most part, it's probably just the employees, but that's definitely a question to ask them.
And they'll usually work with you on, like, the time that you need, be flexible in that?
Right. Yeah, they'll have a set, kind of, each company might have a different area on a different day, so they'll say, you know, we're out here this day from these time periods, and you kind of just pick.
Okay.
You know, it's always good to make sure you go in there with a list of questions that you know and you have, and you go and do your homework.
How do you know if they're reputable?
You can go to the BBB website.
I mean, that's easy enough.
Absolutely. Go on the BBB website. Check them out. You can see different reviews, complaints. The one thing that we do on our site that's totally different than any others is we actually verify reviews. So if you see a 5-star review, we've reached out to that person and said, hey, can you kind of prove that you've done business?
To make sure that they're not with the actual company.
Right.
Yeah, because you do see that a lot on some of the other sites.
Absolutely. So we absolutely verify all of our reviews, which is incredibly, you know, different from anybody else. And it helps you kind of get to know the business a little bit more. We always tell people look for the seal because we have a lot of lawn care, landscaping businesses that are accredited. And so if you see that accredited business seal, you know that we've already done all the homework for you.
Do you guys see any scammers or very many scammers in the lawn care business?
Occasionally, but not, you know, not as frequent. I'm sure that'll pick up though. It's, you know, scammers find their way into different areas every time. So
that is true.
Right.
Sean, thank you so much for that information.
Thanks for having me.
And if you do need to contact the Better Business Bureau, just go to that website right there, oklahomacity.bbb.org. You can also call that number 239-6081. We'll be right back.